Hello everybody, welcome back to the Gaming Power-Ups. On today's video of Tales from Memory Card, I'm not going to be just talking about a game, but an entire console. The one that started it all for me, actually. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this story from Tales from Memory Card. Welcome back. So, this episode of Tales from the Memory Card will be on an entire console. My first console. The NES. The original home console system, well, at least for myself. The Nintendo Entertainment System. This thing is my original one from all the way back into 1990. I don't remember exactly the date I got it. I just remember that this was the console that really changed my life. Like, this was the one that was like, this is what's getting me into gaming. And I know I was very young playing on it. I want to say 2-3 years old. I don't have a definitive answer because my memory just doesn't go back that far, but I just remember seeing this thing in my uncle's TV, seeing it in my living room, and just being, in awe of what I was seeing on the TV, seeing Mario. And the one game that actually was like the one that I remember playing the most as a kid, and the very first one that I can remember going back and playing the Nintendo, was the NES Open. So the NES Open is Mario Golf before Mario Golf. Like, before it started off being the sports games and everything else they had the NES Open. So you could play as Mario, two-player was Luigi, and then Peach was, the girl who gave you your instructions and what you needed to do, or the information on each course, and then Toad was your caddy. And, I'm not a very big sports fan, so for me it's interesting that was the very first game that I remember playing, and the one that I just I can remember putting countless time into, was playing the NES Open. We did have Super Mario, we did have Super Mario 2 and 3, but the NES Open is the one that I remember. I still remember it was in my living room. My dad was playing and my godfather was by, and I just remember watching them playing. And then I don't remember how it came to be my turn, and I started playing, and then I've never been able to put it down since. This thing has been with me, since 1990, 91 maybe. And that's what opened the floodgates for me of gaming. And it introduced me to Mario. It introduced me to the Turtles. I loved watching Ninja Turtles as a kid, and being able to play the at the time very frustratingly hard game that was the Ninja Turtles, especially that dam level. My buddy Donnie will know exactly what I mean about that dam level. Is you had to go and swim around electrified seaweed, which is not very easy, and especially to a young child. So, playing Ninja Turtles, playing, Mario Golf, playing Super Mario World, or Super Mario Brothers, sorry, getting into that was, learning all the secrets that were in Super Mario Brothers. The first one was, jumping past the pipes and stuff like that, and just that kind of exploration that I hadn't gotten with, obviously playing golf. And, I played through that one, and then, I got number 2, and number 2 was completely different. It wasn't exactly the same type of platforming. The game looked different. The characters were, the sprites looked a little bit different. So to me, I almost was like, oh, what is this game? This is the second one now, and I'm not enjoying it. And then I got my hands on Super Mario Brothers 3. And that one, I would say, was the biggest hit for myself on the NES. I just being able to find, a bunch of the secrets, or I would learn about them from my uncle. He actually gave me a little book years ago, which I still have now, held up by tape and, paper clips and, just anything to keep it together. And it had these little end cards. There were these little spade cards that would pop up, and then it was just a matching game. But there was 7 different varieties of it, so it's way too hard to remember all that. So this book actually had all 7 different varieties in there, so you're able to get all the power-ups. But being able to find all the secrets that were hidden in each world was awesome. It was, you got an extra, you got an extra bonus from it. It was great. I enjoy it. I still find myself, when I've kind of just got, a little bit of time to myself and I don't really know what to do, popping, Super Mario Brothers 3. If it's not on a handheld, it's on my Switch, which kind of is a handheld, I guess. And that's, I guess that's it. That's the magic of Nintendo, at least for myself. Nintendo's always held that special spot in my heart. They may not ever put out games that have the most, high quality visual graphics, but I challenge you. This is a challenge. I challenge you to find a game that stands up the test of time, like Super Mario, like The Legend of Zelda, like Pokemon, like Metroid. Like, you've got games that have dominated for decades. There are still some great AAA titles, and I love playing them. But I feel like with Nintendo, you don't need that. You don't need to have the best graphics to have the best experience. They are very well known for creating a story and creating an immersive atmosphere that just keeps drawing you in. I've been playing Legend of Zelda for, since 96. Now we're in 2019. And I wait for every installment. Anything that has it in there, I have to get it. I have to try it. I have to see, what is the new part of the story. And I can't say that about a lot of games, but Nintendo somehow always just kind of hits it out of the park. And they'll always hold that special place in my heart. It's because of that NES console that I got when I was a kid, that opened that floodgate for me. So that's my tale from memory card of the original Nintendo and why it's so special to me and why I'll never get rid of it. I've been lucky enough that I've never had to kind of part out ways with my collection, and I'm glad because all these consoles that you see sitting behind me all have a story, and we'll dive into those in some later episodes of Tales from the Memory Card. But I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching this video. What was your first console? Let me know in the comments below. What was your first console you guys ever got, or the first one you remember playing on? What was the first game you guys played? I always love hearing those kind of stories of what was the game that got people into gaming, and it's maybe kept them there, or maybe it hasn't, but just the first one that you guys experienced. So until next time, gamers, game on.